This is a truly enviable man in life. To get away from the hustle and bustle of the city, spend all your savings to buy 100 acres of forest in Canada, collect logs, build a wooden house. It took 2.5 years, transforming a wasteland into a dream manor. As a top wilderness enthusiast, James gave up his $1 million after job. Use the savings saved over the years. Buy 40 acres of land in front of you. I plan to build my own home with my own hands. Consider that this won't happen overnight. You have to build a temporary shelter. Fortunately, Dahe escorted himself, so that James can sleep peacefully in the tent. Wake up the next day. James first turned around the trees that were in the way. Clean up. It is convenient for you to plan the scope of your new home. The overall area does not need to be very large, as long as it can accommodate him and Dahe. In the blink of an eye, snowflakes fluttered in the sky, but that didn't stop James at all. Quickly dig a suitable chicken pit in the ground. At this time, my good friend is also in a hurry to come and send the head. It also brought the most needed sand and gravel at present, laid tiled in the four corners of the foundation. When you put it on the machine again, there will be no possibility of going offline. When the sun shines on the earth the next day, benefit from adequate preparation before departure. Just connect the power bank to the solar panel. Under the full sun, you don't have to worry about electricity in the future, in order to have their own home as soon as possible. In the coming period of time, no matter the wind or snow in the jungle, James is busy collecting logs. Fortunately, I bought the whole forest. Otherwise, you will have to eat 2 years of free lunch. I don't know how many chains were replaced during the period. How many nights have I talked to the cold wind all night? But like the sun that rises in the morning, as long as you are willing to put in the effort, it will eventually get what it deserves. Before these logs are officially graded and go through a silky peeling service, not only can it remove hidden eggs from the bark, it also reduces the risk of later wood mildew. Benefit from ground that has just snowed. Made it easy for James to drag lumber after being placed on the foundation. Connect together with 20 cm steel nails to make the walls seamless. Every log needs minor adjustments. You can't see the slightest gap when you place it on it, and then you drive in these threaded steel nails. Make sure the wood doesn't have any possibility of displacement. Watching the walls get taller and taller. At 1.8 meters, he looks a little powerful. Plus the snow is slippery. Nails always go in unexpected directions. So he got two corsets to act as slides. Fix the scraps at the same distance apart. It is much more convenient to move the wood now. A good day starts with a hot bath. Brewing a cup of fragrant coffee. Remember to add some syrup. Let the body have enough heat to resist the cold. Although the current height is not high enough to cap. But it's time to reserve a place at the door. Dozens of caddies of mail are like toys in his hands. Easily make a gap in the wall. Night. James found bear and wolf tracks nearby. Obviously, a thin tent is not enough to protect yourself. This also made the construction of the wooden house all the more urgent. So I had to find my distant cousin. Start with a delicious barbecue with seduction sauce to make him work harder. As the walls reach their expected height, it's time to say goodbye to free labor. After all, there is not much food in the tent. The next day, James brought supplies from down the mountain. By the way, I bought a truckload of finished lumber. Use them to build a simple scaffold to make the rest of the job easier. Once the side gable is fixed, before building the other side, he decided to install the joists in the attic first. But due to the rounded nature of the walls, the surface treatment also needs to be leveled to make the planks fit perfectly. Then the joists are stuck between the walls. Both ends are fixed with corner codes to bear 100 kilograms simply, in order to avoid the possibility of displacement of the joist, and short pieces of wood in the middle. In this way, after fixing the wooden board, there is no pressure even if you dance on it. Although winter is drawing to a close, but the days are much shorter than the other seasons. During this time, James collected a lot of firewood. Let him be more comfortable during the night's rest. The birch trees at this time of year have just finished hibernation. It's a good time to collect birch branches, and then you boil it over high heat. It is the birch syrup commonly found on the table of foreigners. Take advantage of the collection. Then build the gable on the other side. With yesterday's experience, there's no difficulty in doing it again. The staple food is the heaviest wood in the construction process. It took a lot of effort to move it up. Bolted to the gables on either side. Due to the low level of the wooden house, the blood that melts is all gathered below. James had to dig up the drainage area in the ground, draining water out of the room. The next day another heavy snow fell. Fortunately, the floor on the second floor was protected, and James scrubbed it clean. Then install the top layer of cleverness. Fix it to the main beam with a corner code. It is convenient for the laying of the boat necks. The wood needs to be cut out of the card slot in advance. Only after installation can it fit perfectly with the wall. As the snow in the jungle melts away, it also heralds the official arrival of spring. As the so-called new year and new weather, James shaves his beard for the camera. In an instant, he returned to his former handsome appearance. Take advantage of the nice weather today. Install the remaining boats. Considering the limited indoor area, he added two more joists in front of him. After being covered with planks, it is very convenient to store daily sundries. Then fix the baffle at the eaves first. We can seal the roof with plywood. The weather has not been very good recently. There was also a leak in the tent. In order to avoid the new home becoming a water curtain cave, James doesn't have time to rest. Immediately put into the laying of the waterproof department. Building a wooden house is a complex project. Waterproofing is just the first layer of the roof structure. Wooden skeletons are also fixed on the outside, in addition to the convenience of installing tiles. Even if there is a small amount of water seepage later, there is also room to drain smoothly along the slope. In the wild, you have to know how to use the resources around you. For example, go out for a walk and pick up wild color steel tiles. Take it home without a word. It just solved the urgent need of the moment. Looking at the more and more perfect cottage, James could no longer hide the joy in his heart. But as the saying goes, people are crazy. Because I fed the fireplace too much at noon. As a result, all the wealth was ascended to the sky on the spot. Life is like this. Never know the unexpected end tomorrow, which will arrive first. Fortunately, this kid doesn't have the habit of taking a nap. Otherwise, you will have to change your name to Zajuhui starting today. The truth for self-defense burns into a pile. Talk. If you encounter danger in the future, you can only rely on no. 11. Occasionally, but it's too late to do anything now. Or finish the roof honestly. The next day he bought a new tent. I also rewarded myself with a small toy. The safety factor of survival in the wild is greatly improved. It's time to throw into shots and celebrate. I didn't expect James Crane to be surprisingly good. Looks like you don't have to worry about lunch today. After all, only when you have enough to eat and drink can you have the strength to work. Considering the humidity in the jungle, James directly raised the floor frame by half a meter. Secure firmly to the wall with nails. The right size square on the middle card. As joists for the floor. A person's life is inevitably a little lonely. By the way, we will solve the network problem together. With this new chain receiver, it will be much more convenient to follow dramas online in the future. And he went back inside to work. First lay a plastic foam seal on the bottom of the joist. And then we attach a layer of barbed wire. You can avoid the gnawing of snakes, insects, and red ants. Insulation is the most important part of interior decoration. Thick stretches must be plugged between each joist. Completely isolate the cold air. Avoid cold soles in winter, due to the need to lay the floor later. So it can be simply closed with plywood. Then continue to wear it as usual. Shave out the rest of the ground. With the recent weather getting hotter, from time to time, the surrounding weeds should be cleared. Occasionally, there are little cuties who send surprises. Considering the size of the door is too small, it doesn't fit his macho body. Immediately he used a chainsaw to break it 1.5 times wider, as the first barrier in the wild. Of course, the door panel has to be made by yourself to rest assured. The material alone is 2 centimeters thick. Even if the black bear comes, you have to shake your head, just to be on the safe side. Finally, the door lock has to be arranged. If you go out in the future, you will no longer be afraid of being stolen. It has been almost a year since the beginning. Many woods are already showing signs of mildew. So James pulls out a water cannon, rinse the walls from top to bottom. When you're done, apply anti-corrosion and moisture-proof wood wax oil. Further increase the lifespan of wooden houses. Sometimes I see saplings in need of rescue. James would also be kind enough to help him and transplant it into their own territory. Thanks to the abundant rainfall in the jungle, the surrounding raspberries picked up their fruits early, and sweet, savory wild blueberries. Mom no longer has to worry about not eating fruit. The afternoon sun is warm and soft, unspeakable comfort on the body. In order to get enough light indoors, he's going to open a few more windows in the wall. And when it was done, it brightened up a lot, since the foundation was not backfilled. As a result, the wooden house does not fit perfectly with the ground. James filled them up one by one with iron nets. Prevent Jerry, who was moved by love, from settling down in it. The hemp rope should also be carefully tucked between the walls. Completely block the gap. Don't give the cold wind any chance to take advantage of the opportunity. The window ordered in the afternoon also happened to arrive. Thanks to the measured size, there is no difficulty in installing. A friend is coming to visit the next day. It is well known that foreigners do not know Asian peers. And so James built it overnight. In order to provide the best hospitality to the guests, A few glasses of refreshing wheat juice. Row into the lake and throw it twice. Such a free and comfortable life is simply not too pleasant. The attic as a boudoir for the future. Also reserve a window for easy observation of the enemy situation. Same thing in the living room. Take indoor lighting to the next level, due to the small heating equipment in the tent. The next day, James had to buy a new fireplace. However, before installing, the ground needs to be perfected first. To match the overall style of the wooden house, he made a point of using light oak flooring. This material is not only very wear resistant, it is also relatively simple to maintain later, except that the price is slightly more expensive. The rest is fine. When he was done, he moved the fireplace in, and then opened the newly built roof. The holes are convenient to pass the shallots out of the room smoothly. Finally, connect it to the fireplace and you're done. After the previous big black top, the Western Bliss, James brought another big Swiss mountain dog and thoughtfully pull up the guardrail around it. Avoid being careless. Become a wild neighbor's meal. There are still a lot of stretches left from the last laying of the ground, just in time to keep the roof warm. Wrap the outside with plastic film. Prevent moisture from rising and eroding the insulation layer. Seeing that there is more and more debris outside, and James decided to build another hut. Therefore, he also specially bought a cutting machine. It is more convenient to make the follow-up processing more convenient. It seems that this kid is still rich, due to the consideration of robustness. There are 6 machine pillars alone. It's not over yet. He used the magic combination of steel and concrete. 3 concrete piers are poured in the middle. The flat head of the unified pin. Make all machine columns have the same height, in order to achieve 3 generations in one room. All wood must be carbonized. Make it achieve the effect of insect and preservative. Since it is only used as a utility room, the structure doesn't have to be complicated. This job is for him now. It's like an old lady waking up. The pinch thing. And pretty soon the framework was built. It's just too much propane for tanning. From time to time, I have to go down the mountain to carry gas tanks to support the follow-up construction work. The empty space in front of the door can't be wasted either. It's perfect for a terrace. With previous experience, James quickly made the base frame, and then you just attach the planks. I will never drink tea here to warm up in the future. The next day, a heavy snow covered the entire jungle. It's white everywhere. James hurriedly moved the network equipment into the house. Fortunately, there is a fireplace waiting, even though it's freezing outside. Hiding indoors can be as warm as spring. Grill a few more sausages. Who could not envy such a cat winter life? Considering that this weather is not suitable for working outside, James, who can't be idle for a moment at home. The plan is to further improve the roof. Benefit from the pores that come with the board. Let the whole installation work not be too easy. The next day was a rare sunny day. James just remembered that he didn't cap his friends. Fix the collar horizontally on it first. Then the color steel top can be installed. Do a good job of waterproofing the shed. Although it is already more than -10 degrees outside, but it still can't stop him from seeking death. Come to a sweat-relieving sauna in the morning, turning his head and running into the freezing cold river water. The main focus is to explore the limits of human life. It was a refreshing start to the day. Considering the problem of going downstairs in the future, it is necessary to create a ladder. James first found 2 suitable square trees. The top is fixed to the edge of the attic with steel pipes. Put a pedal in the middle and you're done. But this loses the flexibility of the structure, so he cut it in 2. Reconnect it with the inklet. Gives the ladder the property of being able to fold. To increase indoor storage space, James plans to further expand the loft area. The middle of the joist is connected with short wood, ensuring the stability of the overall framework. Then you can take the plate and cover it. Perhaps it is out of yearning for a new home. Even in the dead of night, he's burning the midnight oil. Install the ladder in place the next day. Although it is bound to reduce the lighting in the living room, but it can seal off the entire attic. You can feel more at ease when you sleep at night, seeing that winter has passed. The shortcomings of the half-wooden house are gradually revealed. Although he went to the crack in the wall and stuffed hemp rope, but it still makes James feel cold. So this time he replaced the filling with sponge strips. The special structure not only has better thermal insulation, it also has a certain moisture-proof effect. Then squeeze in the special caulking agent. Scrape the surface evenly with a brush. From now on, the wooden house will never leak the slightest abundance again. The effect after completion is also very obvious. The indoor temperature immediately soared to over 20 degrees. So, he can sleep in there. But looking at the slightly monotonous room, James decides to take the gauze to the road. And after more than a year of practice, this kid's carpentry is getting more and more skilled. After a while, I rub the solid wood dining table by hand. By the window, the height is just right. It is very convenient to follow dramas or work on it. Then hang the little toys on the wall. Isn't this full of security coming? Since moving into a new home, this bed also moved in by itself. It's hard to keep James up at night. It's time to upgrade the infrastructure as well. Now it looks like a giant tray, but as long as you put on the mattress, the bedroom can be turned into a comfortable queen room in seconds. A wild woman can live there in the future. As James' family business grew, there are more and more places to use electricity, so he added a few more solar panels. It went from 2 to 8. You don't have to worry about wild electricity anymore. In the blink of an eye, spring has arrived. The frozen river has thawed again. Neighbors are waking up from hibernation. The jungle is alive again. James is also starting a new round of outdoor construction. Considering that the terrace is prone to corrosion in the wind and sun, he's going to go further out of the porch area. Due to the consideration of load bearing, James first upgraded the base column. After it dries the next day, we can rebuild the framework of the foundation. It can be seen that the materials used this time are obviously much more solid. Drive 20 centimeters long steel nails into the joint. The outside is further reinforced with corner coats. Make sure that the actual wind is coming and it can stand still. Then you can put the floor back in place. And columns need to be installed under the eaves to support it, to be able to withstand the pressure from the porch. In order to fit perfectly with the roof, James had to tear down part of the eaves. And then we fixed the new boat, so that the two frames are on the same slope. Then lay the crossboard, seal off the porch roof. Benefit from all done projects. It's not that hard to do it again, but because the slope on the other side is too steep, make it impossible for him to drive the ladder and board the knife. So James cleans up the weeds. The frame of the terrace continues to extend outward. The joists are placed and then closed with wooden boards. It's much safer to work on it. In leisure time, James has already made up his plan for the future work. Build a garage, expanded bathrooms, and a must-have gym for hunks. It seems that he really intends to live here permanently. From a long-term perspective, he also has plans to plant pine and oak trees. It can be regarded as the welfare of future generations in advance. Garages are relatively simple to build. The location is chosen near the utility room. The overall area doesn't need to be very large, as long as you can accommodate your own all-terrain vehicle. Since I had this cutting machine, made it very easy for James to handle wood. The weather in the jungle is unpredictable. It was clear the last second. The next second it started pouring rain. After the rain is slightly lighter, he then built the rest of the framework. But due to the delay in the arrival of the ordered color steel tile, James can only move on to the next project first, before starting to expand the jade. Also need to clear the weeds behind the house. As the saying goes, the apartment must first sharpen its tools. To work more efficiently, it is necessary to buy a toy car. With the blessing of modern technology, in just one afternoon, James cleared a large open space. During this period, many agricultural iron tools were also discovered, from the degree of rust, at least a few decades ago. Due to the jungle environment, no access to large drilling rigs, he plans to do it himself. Just dig the ground down a distance, change the hole punch and go deep into the enemy camp. And then you can insert the water pipe into it. But it's obviously not that simple. There was only a small amount of seepage in the pit. James had to move his position, change the position to the back of the wooden house. And this is where he's going to build his bathroom. Then connect the pump. Just keep trying. Keep trying and you'll find that a day has passed. He thinks it may be a problem with poor sealing of the pump, so replace it with a manual water press. Well, water successfully flowed out of another tunnel. It seems that we can only change the strategy. Dig a deep hole not far away with a toy car, until water starts gushing out of the bottom. Then buy oversized pipes. Wrap one end with a filter. It can effectively isolate larger sand grains. And then they backfill it with stones. Although the water quality now looks a little cloudy, but as long as time has passed, it can fully meet the standards of daily use. The color steel tile ordered the next day has also arrived. The roof can finally be closed. And as the field hydropower problem was successfully overcome, your future life is guaranteed. After 2 rounds of spring and autumn changes, James has fully adapted to the jungle environment. Life is also gradually getting on track. I believe that as long as he continues to persevere in this effort, in the days to come, no matter how difficult, will become a better tomorrow.